Nintendo might run a corporation, but we run these streets. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors episode 336 are open. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about that brand new Animal Crossing announcement. We're getting a Switch 2 version. Cool. Did we think it was going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But it happened. Isn't that nice? Talk about all that and much more as my good mate, Josh, or JT if you like. Josh, how you going, mate?
Hey, Drew. Hello, listeners. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Been nice, cold, and miserable the last couple of days. So over the weekend, spent a bit of time gaming, indoors, nice and cozy, and yeah, plenty of Nintendo stuff to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the fact that you've been inside, nice and cozy. That sounds nice. I sat on the couch last night, Josh, and I quite enjoyed it. I wish I could do it more often. It was quite good. But also a little bit jealous of you follow, some friends or whatever who live in, the Northern Hemisphere, and they're getting ready for Thanksgiving and stuff, and that sounds quite nice. It's bloody hot here. Maybe not just yet for us. It's raining and a bit miserable, but I kind of like the idea of the holidays, the snow, the cold, all of that. Romanticize it a little bit, I think.
No, we'll never get that white Christmas, will we? Yes. No, it's very different for us. Yeah, I think there's just definitely something to it that, we see it in the movies all the time, don't we? Of people like being in snowball fights, out and cold, snow everywhere on Christmas Day. Then for us, it's just stinking bloody hot, flies and barbecue and beers and beach. So it's a bit different for sure. But yeah, I'm very much a homebody and I like the cold because of that.
I do wonder, I'd love to hear from our American, Canadian, UK, whoever listeners, does the idea of a nice summer Christmas sound good to you? Or do you like the whole, I think I think the biggest thing is just the lights show up so much better. Like in the wintertime, it gets dark early. You can do your big light displays. They look awesome. Whereas here, people do it, but we've got to wait for 9 o'clock at night to go around and check them out when the sun finally goes down. Because it's the longest days are around Christmas time in the summertime. So, yeah. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Because last year we kept the kids up till 10 o'clock at night, which is just unheard of. The go Christmas light looking, which was quite nice. Lucas absolutely loved it. It was very sweet.
Very sweet. Very late though, and I'm sure you paid for it the next day.
Yeah, I can't remember if we did. We probably did. Sounds like something we should be punished for, doing something nice with our kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, how's your week and weekend been anyway, Josh?
Good. In between the wet and miserable, went for a run, and nearly got hit by thunder. We ran out 8Ks, then the thunder started, and had to run back. Probably a little too close, it felt, with the thunder. We were kind of running into it, but we got through it okay nonetheless. But yeah, lots of friend catch-ups inside, and then had one day, Saturday, just pretty much was inside the entire time. And so played some Luigi's Mansion and some Pokemon ZA as well.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, bit of gaming. I like to hear that. That's good. I've been playing a little bit on my AYN Thor, which came in the other day, so I'm keen to talk about that. Playing some video games on that. I haven't set it all up yet. I haven't set all the emulators up, but I've had Game Hub installed, so I've been playing some of my Steam stuff on it, which has been quite fun. Been enjoying that. I haven't played any more Pokemon, Josh. I just haven't really touched it. I've barely gotten into it, and I've been hearing people's
Really.
Yeah. I don't. It's a combination of just the last couple of weekends I've just not been home with time just the game. I've been gallivanting around with the kids or this weekend I did a bit of work as well on the weekends, which wasn't my choice, but it is what it is. It's a busy time of year, all of that. But yeah, I think a lot of it's just I haven't really had just a good session just to sit down and play it. But I don't know. It'll be there for when I get around to it, I dare say. Have you finished it yet? You've been playing it a fair bit.
I wouldn't be too far off. I reckon I'm 23 hours or so into it. Um, I've done like side mission number 83, so I think I'm unlocking, ones towards the end now, and uh, it doesn't feel like I'm too far off. But Luigi's Mansion kind of took over my weekend, so I played a little of ZA, but played a lot of Luigi's Mansion, which was really fun to get into. But no, I'm still really gelling with ZA. I just that battle mechanic being not turn based, but something really different here. Very Xenoblade likes that really sort of gelling with me, and I'm just so like really sort of playing around with the Pokemon for their Mega Evolutions, just working out which ones I want to add. Um, I still even feel like the last one or two slots in my 6 have been changing a lot. I've added Lucario and had got a Tyranitar now in my 6. Dropped off like Garbodor, which I really liked and was really strong, but had no Mega Evolution. So I was kind of wanting to get all 6 of them to get the Mega Evolutions going. And yeah, it's just super fun. Just really enjoying the story. Yeah, it runs really well, and I'm having fun with it. So it seems to be one of those really polarizing games still that people really love it or really hate it, and I'm the one that's loving it on that side.
That's good that you fit in on that side. You can actually enjoy the game that you got, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. It is one of those things where Pokemon, it is just so much fun. It's just so much fun. But there's those glaring issues where people, I think, I guess I would not talk for everyone else, but just myself. Like they're a lot of fun. I just really would like them to do a little bit more. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're good game designers and they make a fun game, even if it is very cheap. But that is what it is. But how have you been finding the city? Because obviously I really haven't played much more than just like the tutorial part that I played a couple of weeks ago when the game come out. But I've still been very curious. Just like I wonder how well they pull this city together, because I hear people complain about it. Not that I've actually heard that many complaints about it. I just saw like the odd post on social media and hear like a couple of podcasts just really sort of bag it out, which is fair enough. That's their prerogative. But like from you, because I know like you're a bit more positive. Do you feel like they pulled off a city atmosphere well, or would you prefer to be out in the wilderness like we were before?
Um, I don't mind the aesthetic of it. I think probably Arceus had a better one being outside and that vibe. But this one, like the design of the city is definitely the weakest point of the game. Like, um, you do feel like you're kind of trying to work out where you are, and you kind of get lost. Not, I wouldn't say in a bad way, but it's not in a great way either. But only because you don't quite everything looks the same in terms of landmarks and things like that, and so you kind of going around a lot. Not too sure really where you are, maybe from that kind of respect. So, yeah, it's in the inside textures look really nice. They're really good. It's just some moments outside that you do get lost. So you do lose the illusion maybe slightly when you go around like that. But yeah, I'm trying not to focus too much on that and just like the actual gameplay of the battling and everything else, moving around, exploring. It's all really fun still. So for me, it's definitely not ideal, but a lot of things in the right direction here compared to previous entries like Scarlet and Violet, for example.
Yeah, no, cool. No,
Yeah.
I do look forward to playing it a little bit more, but we're in the week. I can't believe we're already there already, but yeah, Age of Imprisonment this week. I'm looking forward to that very much. I've been looking forward to that since it was announced. Being able to go back and experience Zelda's story when she goes back in time and Tears of the Kingdom. Very much looking forward to checking that out. I guess a bit of a gut check. How do you sort of feel about that game? I know you weren't all that fussed about it, but how are you feeling about it? I guess the week of, you going to give it a look at, or going to give it a miss? Let Michaela play it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll let Michaela play this one, and I'll have her on the show to talk about it. So that'll
Cool.
be yes. Um, I got too many things on. Yeah, they've never been my favorite games, and so I know Michaela really likes them, and yeah, she can review it on the show's behalf, and yeah, we'll talk about it next episode.
Nice. Yeah, because while I was waiting for you, I was just on Nintendo's YouTube channel. I finally like watched through the Animal Crossing sort of introduction of 3.0 update and the Switch 2 editions. And then I watched like a bit of the Sakurai Direct that I missed. And I didn't really notice it, but they had a trailer 9 days ago for Age of Imprisonment. And I'm like, yeah, it's like a 2 minute trailer with all story stuff and cutscenes and all of that. I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm really looking forward to jumping into this one, because at the moment, I'll talk about another game which is a bit mindless. I'm kind of in the mood for something that's just hack, 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 slash, get here, protect this, and like I don't want to degrade like Muso games, because they can be challenging. Like
Yep.
there's like
Mm.
parts of Dynasty Warriors, like there's been levels of that which are really challenging. You've got to really sort of monitor what armies are taking over what bases, and you've got to make sure you can protect them and all that. Same with Age of Calamity too. It was very much like make sure certain characters are in certain spots, swap between them, make sure no camps are being overrun and things like that. So not saying that they're completely
Yep.
mindless, especially the Fire Emblem ones. They'll actually quite in depth. But just being able to pick up the Switch 2, do this, and obviously get like the cutscenes and the story and be in that world. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's going to talk a lot about that imprisoning war, which I think is pretty fascinating, and I'm interested to hear and see while watching her play the story of that, and how they go into that a bit more detail with Raru and Minoru and all that. So it'd be cool.
Yeah. The only sort of reluctancy I have about the game is just they obviously have that avatar for Link, like the Zonai sort of avatar for Link. And it seems like a Koei Tecmo sort of like, oh, look, we need to put Link in there. We're not confident enough in just in Zelda and all these other characters. What about Link? What about the main man? So they sort of put like a robotic, different version of him in there. I would have. We'll see how they tie him into the story, but it seems like a bit of a coward's move in some way. Just go with Zelda, make her the main showpiece, because her story is the one that I really want to see, and how she interacts with like the previous champions and Minoru and I really want to see that. But yeah, we'll see how that is. But in the trailer, I just watched, which came out over a week ago, but like this Link character did this like big smash into all these enemies, and it looked cool. He's probably quite a fun character to play as. So I guess that might be the main thing. Just how does this Link thing play? That's the question I have. But it should be good.
Yeah, for sure. And I can see why they've added a Link character in, just because I mean, there will be people who buy this game who probably won't know the story entirely and just want to play as Link as well,
Yeah.
and just do bashing as much as possible. So it's probably for those as well. But seems like they've done it without fully, having him in there, which will probably please the purists a little bit more, hopefully, maybe. So
Yeah, I do wonder if there's some kids or some casual Zelda fans who see this game, they look on the box like, "Where's Link? Where's my boy?" I love that character.
that's right. That's right.
I play as him in Smash Bros. I played all the Zelda games. If this is a Zelda game without Link, I'm gonna spit all over it. Then they see like this little faint Link figure just in the background of the box. Like, oh, thank God, there he is. And they pick it up and they pay for it. They jump in their car, they go home, they play it, and they have a great time. I don't know if it's that much of a turning point for people, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, they just Ash is Just link, and that's all they want. Yeah, story will come second.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I dare say the story will be secondary, but yeah, only a few days until we find out. All right.
Yeah, not long now.
Before we keep on talking about what we've been playing and some news, let's do some housekeeping. Of course, you can check out the show live at youtube.com/iDruby. We can watch it live, much like Dolphin Pants is right now. And he left a little comment in the question about our Pokemon discussion before. He said, I've finished all the main quests, side quests, and having living decks in every Megastone. So, yeah, literally the complete opposite to me. Dolphin Pants, well done. I commend you. Yeah, everybody seems like they're having a lot of fun with this game, which is good. All the Pokemon fans. I feel like the Pokemon fans are in my orbit. Like, wow, this was great. The ending was awesome. I'm like, oh, nice. I haven't seen many endings to games this year, so it must be nice just to get an ending, no matter what game it is.
Drew, you've had a very quiet year with gaming. Yeah, you're 50 games a year. Previous years, yeah, nowhere near that, and yeah, bit of a challenge for you this year.
Yeah, mate. Just shame me, all right? Just shame me in front of all our friends, hey?
Sorry.
No, you're right. No, that's the truth, dude. It is what it is. I don't know what it is. I think it's a mindset thing. I think it's a fact that my daughter's running around now. So there's two little cheeky kids
to juggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a few things. I think it's just mainly me being tired, and I guess the mindset's changed as well. Just like not as clear headed as I might have been last year or the year before.
Yeah.
Need to get back on track. I don't know how to do it though, Josh. I don't know. Don't know how to get there.
No, I have to ask some other dads who've just had their second kid or have had them before.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of dads, you'll ask them like, oh, look, how do you still do this? And they just go, I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to games and things, that's usually the first thing to go, because it's not as important to a lot of people, but very important to me. Very important.
For sure.
And of course, you can check out the show on podcast services like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a review. Very much appreciated. And you can join the Discord, the Homestead. There's a link in the show notes. Go and check us out. And just a big shout out to a brand new member of the Discord, Joko. He left in the introductions channel. Just found the podcast. Love the chill, friendly vibe and very knowledgeable discussion. So Joko, thank you very much. I did notice that you subscribed to the YouTube channel, and I don't get notifications to most people subscribing, but I did get the notification Joko's subscribed and join the Discord. So very much appreciated, dude. Hope you enjoy the show, and thank you very much for joining the community. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Josh, Nintendo Maniacs, what's the update for this week? We're in between episodes this week, but what would you like to tell the House of Mario people?
Yeah, so latest episode is with Gemma from Pure Nintendo Podcast. We went in depth for Pokemon Legends ZA, so do check that out. Pokemon Maniacs is the name of the show, so just type that into YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, it will be there. But also, episode that came out yesterday for Tokyo Game Life, I was a guest on that podcast, who's hosted by, he's called Mono. He lives in Japan, speaks English, and gives a great overview of what gaming's like in Japan. And he had me on to talk about Pokemon as well. So we talked about Legends ZA, but also some NSO stuff. There was Mario and Wario. That was a Super Nintendo game that came out just the other week. We played that, had a good chat about that. It was made by Game Freak. It was one of Game Freak's first games they made. And so pretty cool to see them. Obviously we all know them from Pokemon and all the things they do with that these days. But yeah, they made a few games beforehand, and that was one of them. So it was really fun to sort of deep dive into that and uncover some things I didn't know about that game. So that's Tokyo Game Life, that show as well. Check that one out.
Yep. Is it on YouTube? I want to see your beautiful face if I watch it. Excellent.
YouTube. Well, it's audio only, so there'll be B-roll in the background, but you can hear my lovely voice still.
All right.
So
I'll just have
yes,
to make.
YouTube and Spotify, all good podcast platforms.
Yeah. I'll just have to make most of seeing your face now. Just look at you drinking that drink bottle.
Please do.
Oh yeah. All right, let's talk about a little bit what we've been playing then. So obviously we talked about Pokemon, Josh. Anything further you'd like to talk about Pokemon before we talk about your time with Luigi's Mansion?
Um, yeah, I'm really loving it. I want to get some DLC news now. So I don't know. I bashed Pokemon Company at the start for announcing the DLC straight away. But I'm loving this game so much. I want to know more about that DLC. So some details on that would be very good.
So
Please and thank you.
do I get the Raichu X or Raichu Z? You'd be pulling your hair out like, oh, which Raichu do I want? What's the difference going to be between the Raichus? That's what I want to know. Because the Charizard, they were very different. They were different types, different stat distribution.
Very different. Very cool, different designs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it just going to be like a physical Raichu and a special Raichu? I don't know. They're the questions we need answered, Josh. What is this
Correct.
mystical Raichu Mega Evolution you got going on? Yeah, so Luigi's Mansion just came out on Switch Online. You've been playing it. What'd you think, Josh?
Oh, so I have not played this game in years. I reckon I've played it through once, finished it, and I have not played it since. And so, it's been a very long time since I played this game. And Halloween and the most sort of predictable announcement for an NSO drop around this time of year was a Luigi's Mansion. Now that the GameCube is out on the service, but oh man, like I can see why, like my love with the series started straight away from the first one because this one's so great, so full of charm. It's really great playing this on the Switch 2 with a NSO GameCube controller, no cords anymore. I can just sit back, and it looks really nice, upscaled, cleaned up, and it's really short and sweet, this game, and I'm having really good fun. I'm in like area 3 of 4 now, so over halfway through. Just you're sucking around, you're fighting these ghosts, you're finding all the collectibles. You got your Game Boy Horror. I just love those little nods, and Egad's so funny and charming with the dialogue. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I really want to. Yeah, I'm going to finish this one pretty soon, and yeah, it's been a nice little surprise that's it's making me pretty excited for Luigi's Mansion 4, Drew, which, it wouldn't be too far away, I would have thought, seeing how well number 3 sold. That was nearly 15 million units, I think. And I think the first Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube was like the top 5 best-selling games for the system as well. So that one's up there in terms of sales as well. And yeah, I just love this series. It's so weird and different for what Nintendo's done previously. And yeah, it's been really great going back to play it again.
You need to go back and finish the second one because we left that one abandoned,
Yeah.
didn't we? So yeah,
I did have that thought. Yeah, because I put about at least 5 hours into that, and I wasn't quite gelling with it. But this one, I'm just playing and like, yeah, this is like I just love this, and the fact it's all one big mansion, I can go back to certain places later with different items and do things. It's I enjoy that a lot more, and 2 or Dark Moon's definitely got it's the least loved in the series for sure, and I'm definitely on that page with other people. And yeah, but maybe I should go back to it.
because I love that about the original Luigi's Mansion, that it is like a pretty short game. I know that like at the time as a launch title, full price, I understand it would have been pretty disappointing to like play that game over a weekend or maybe just one night and finish it and like, well, this is like the only game I've got at the moment until Smash Brothers comes out in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I can understand that disappointment, but where we are now, where it is like just a part of your membership or you just go back and play an old copy, I think it's actually a really good sort of place. I love short horror games. I know that Luigi's Mansion isn't necessarily a horror game, but I think just like the one session game where you can just play it through just in a session or a couple of sessions over a weekend. I think it's great. So I kind of actually really like that for Luigi's Mansion because with like 2 and 3, I'm kind of like, even 3, which is like a lot better. I'm like, I've kind of had enough. Like it's like 15 or 20 hours of this. I don't know if I need it to be that long. I kind of liked the original where it was like just a nice condensed experience. So yeah, I don't know if that sort of gels with you
Yeah.
being like having it being a bit shorter or a lot shorter.
Yeah, I think on NSO definitely fits for that a bit more,
Yeah.
and it's got the sort of time attack scoring mechanic to it because you're collecting coins and cash and gold and stuff, and you get your scores for that, and you get graded at the end, and so you want to make sure not that probably not in your first playthrough because you probably don't realize it, but afterwards you're like, oh, if I do it again, I can get a better score. I know where the things are. I know to do this point at this thing, and this will help me do that, and you'll be able to get a better score doing that. So, um, definitely short enough for you to want to do that again. And yeah, I think it serves it really well for NSO, where you got your save states, you can pause at any time. Um, also, because the NSO's got you can control button map, you can change the button mapping of the controls. Um, you couldn't change it in the original game, the inverted nature of the vacuum.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so I played it for the first 10 minutes, like, oh, I hate this. And then remembered I could actually change the button mapping. And so I changed that. And like, my enjoyment has just gone up so much because of that now. I'm like, oh, yes, yes, it feels great now. It feels correct now that I'm moving the C stick around and it's going the way I wanted to straight away. I'm not like taking twice as long because I got the wrong way first, thinking, oh, yeah, shit, it's inverted. So, um, the service is really great for that. And yeah, anyone playing this for the first time, like you're gonna have a great time. This is it's so fun. You get to see like Luigi, have some proper personality. This is like the first game he really gets that chance to sort of show who he really is as a character. And it kind of forms the basis, 25 years on, from there, um, who he is as a character. So I think it's just pretty cool. It's the debut of King Boo. um, you got toads littered everywhere who are so scared. They're so much scared than more afraid than Luigi. And just like Luigi comes in and he's pretty afraid too, but he looks like a hero compared to those toads. So, um, yeah, really, really fun and great. So I just, yeah, loving this, finally having GameCube on this service and the games like this being available.
I kind of wish that I played it for Halloween because I was thinking like I want to play a
Yeah,
Halloween game
just for
this year,
Halloween.
and then
Yeah.
it just came and went without me even thinking about it. Like it just
Mm,
like I don't know around your neighborhood, but around my neck of the woods, there's a little bit of Halloween. I saw some kids last year like going to like some specific houses that were doing it, but not really too much. So it's not really on the mind, but yeah, like all of October, I'm like, oh, I should play like a Halloween game, like a horror game or something. Then this obviously drops at the perfect time, and it's passed. So have to wait till next year
mm.
now. We'll go back in time 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to do something next year. We had to go out Friday night in the end, so didn't quite get the chance to decorate. But yeah, apparently some kids did try to or went down our driveway looking to see if there was anything available, but we had no spooky things out. So yeah, next year we'll try and bring some candy, get our cat dressed up, and we'll get into the spirit a bit more.
Hmm. I do love the idea of it, especially with now that I've got kids now, because I think like the ideal situation in the States, like you've got like a street just lit up with Halloween decorations and kids running around and having a ball. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I don't know like people around you, but whenever like the conversation comes up or somebody sees somebody doing something Halloween, the usual typical things like, oh, that's just a stupid American thing. Like we don't do that here. And when anybody ever says that, I just say, why though? Because that's a lot of fun. Why don't we do that? That's a great idea to take from America. We take a lot of other things, a lot of inspiration for other things. So I'd love to do Halloween.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing less of that. I'm seeing I
Yeah.
definitely feel like it's more ingrained in Australian culture than ever. So, um, yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I like getting into the spirit of it all. So yeah, why not? I've got no issue with that. With that American custom getting taken on here.
Yeah, I really want to see Josh in the neighborhood, just like a big bucket of candy. Just come on, kids,
Oh yeah,
come and get you. Would you be one of the cool houses that gives like full size chocolate bars? Would you be one of them?
I'll probably no, probably fun size still. Bit of variety.
Yeah, no,
Can't do all of that, Drew. That's too much.
yeah, that would be very expensive. I went and got. Don't,
Expenny.
don't tell Chantel this, but I went and got some half price chocolate. Take to work tomorrow. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I got some.
Joy, yes, chocolate.
I got a packet of flake, like those flake, the Cadbury
Ooh, yum.
flakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got some of them. What else did I get? I got just like some little chocolate bars, little Cadbury chocolate bars. Getting hungry thinking about it. And I got some snakes, some molly snakes.
Perfect.
So will I eat all that tomorrow? Probably not. But it'll be a nice little treat
Hope
throughout
not.
the week. No,
Not
probably
all
not.
of it.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah, good. Correct.
Yeah.
Go
So
look after yourself.
that's right. I don't look after myself very much. I'm run down. I'm tired. Help me, Josh. Anyway.
You look at getting out.
You look fucked, Drew.
Your words, not mine.
Yeah. Anything else? Luigi's Mansion.
No, people please play it, and yeah, if you've been playing it, let me know. I want to hear about it as well.
Cool. Go and message Josh on
Yeah,
what's a funny messaging service? Bumble. I don't even know what Bumble is. Telegram. Go and get Josh's
Definitely not
Telegram.
Bumble.
I don't even know what Bumble is. Is that a dating app? Why did that come to mind?
It is a dating app.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. You won't be there.
correct.
Pardon me. Oh yeah, because we're watching Netflix the other day, and I'm a tight ass, so I've got the tier where it's still ads, because for the most part we're just watching
Okay.
for the most part we're just watching kid shows, and they don't have
Yes.
ads, so it's like, oh, who gives a shit? The amount of times that
Yeah.
I use it to watch an adult show doesn't really matter.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, it's good.
but Chantal and I were watching something, and a lot of Tinder ads, a lot of dating app ads on there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know your household.
So yeah, it's like, why are we getting all these dating ads? we're just we're a couple sitting here watching Netflix. It's like, hey, what about if you downloaded Tinder? It's like, I
Yeah.
don't think I will.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Anyway, strange.
That's,
All right.
Yep.
I'm really excited to talk about this. So I've Josh, as you know, and maybe some of the audience knows, I've been on a handheld kick this year. Been really enjoying getting different handhelds of all shapes and sizes. And one
Yes.
operating system I've really loved in this thing has just been Android, because it's so flexible and all the different things you can do. And even when you don't want a game, you can just use apps. So I'm just watching YouTube, use it for, all of the streaming services, streaming your PC to it, your PlayStation to it. You can do all sorts of things. The amount of flexibility you've got is just insane. So I started off with the Retroid Pocket 5. I really enjoyed it. I'm like, I kind of enjoy this so much. I want something even a bit bigger and a bit more powerful. So I got the Odin 2 Portal, which it's just an amazing device. I got the Retroid Pocket Classic, which is like a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color recreation with an OLED screen. Looks fantastic. And at that point, I'm like, look, 3, that's a lot. We're going to stop there. But AYN, which is the same company that obviously does the AYN Portal, which I just mentioned, which is maybe one of my favorite handhelds that's come out this year. And that's big words considering the Switch 2 come out. But we'll see how I feel at the end of the year. But not long after I ordered that one, which I still really like, but they came out with the announcement of the Thor, which is essentially a modern 3DS. It's got a 6 inch screen at the top and a 4 point something inch screen on the bottom. It's actually got the same screen that I have on my Retroid Pocket
Mm.
Classic on the bottom. So it pretty much is a 3DS, a modern 3DS with 1080p screens, OLED, runs Android. So do all your apps. It's got enough power in there to do everything up to Switch, so you can emulate that if you want. But what I really like that power for is running Steam games through Game Hub. So anybody that's had a Android, I guess a game console before, it does take a lot of setting up. So like just going through all of the emulators, all the front ends, all of that, you just got to do all the settings and that yourself. I'm still to do a lot of that on this specific device, but I do have a 2 terabyte SD card that I move between these devices. So a lot of games I have access to. But mainly I've just been playing Steam games. And I bought a game that's been absolutely going off on Steam. It's called Mega Bonk. I don't know if you've heard about Mega Bonk, but it's but it's essentially Vampire Survivors in 3D. So you're running around.
Okay.
You're running around as a character, and the attacks are auto shooting or auto happening, and you're picking up chests and money, and you're getting little gems that make you go up a level, and then you can choose another perk, and it is very much exactly like Vampire Survivors, and it's when I heard about it, I'm like, I really want to brain this game right now, especially to play on essentially what is my new 3DS. So it's been really great just to have a clamshell, it's not a big Steam Deck. It's not even like a big Switch 2. It is just, it is going back to what we had in the 3DS days, which is like a rather compact, handheld device which you can put in your pocket. I've got it like in the grip at the moment, so it's a bit bigger. But yeah, I've been really enjoying
It's
it.
very white. It's very shiny.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got like a TPU case on it, so it's got a matte feel to it. But yeah, I've got like a case on it. But like I'll try and hold it up. My lighting situation is not ideal for it at the moment, but it's got like a glass front on it as well. Obviously the top screen, but there's like all this stuff around the buttons and that's glass. It's like a really nice, like premium feeling handheld, which is what I like. So yeah.
Looks premium. Looks very deluxe.
Yeah. So I think what's really great about it is that it really if you need your like ADHD just satiated, like you can just put YouTube on the bottom screen or a podcast app or whatever entertainment app on the bottom screen, and then you can play a game on the top screen, or vice versa if you want. Like the aspect ratio on the bottom screen is really good for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, so you can put that on the bottom screen, and then you can put YouTube or a movie or something full screen on the top. So yeah, it's just the amount of like flexibility you've got just being able to have 2 apps open at once is really cool. Something that we didn't have on 3DS. We weren't doing that on 3DS. But I played a little bit of DS and 3DS on it just to test it out. That's the only emulators that I've set up. DS works fantastically. You don't need too much power to power that. It looks great, and I've set it up so like the top screen is a lot bigger than the bottom screen. So the 2 pictures on each screen are different sizes, but for the most part, like I was playing Mario Kart DS, the bottom screen is just the map, so I can just blow up the top screen and make it much bigger. And it was great sort of being able to play that. And then I played Mario Kart 7 on 3DS to test that out, and that works fantastic as well. All upscaled, so it's upscaled to 1080p, and like it makes 3DS games just look so good. So yeah, I mean, this is a very exciting little handheld for me. So definitely a part of my repertoire of devices that I've got.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Does it come No 3D scary topic.
No glasses free 3D. So if that's something that's important to you, I guess yeah, stick with original hardware. Um, but
Yes.
I
Yep.
I know for me, I loved the 3D. Like I did utilize the 3D in like Star Fox 64 and Mario 3D World, and like whenever these games come out, I always had it on a little bit, just a little. I put it on like just the
Yep.
the minimum I could put it on, just for the most part. And then every now and again, you put it right up. You're like, oh wow, that looks pretty cool, but maybe I'm not going to sit there for an hour and play it like that when you put it back down. But in the later years, I even had like a 2DS XL, so that didn't even have 3D. So, but yeah, I've kind of become accustomed to a non 3D 3DS games, which is fine.
Yeah. I never used a lot in the end. There was always a little test and play and always eventually reverted back.
Yeah, yeah. But I think like just upscaling to 1080p just completely completely makes up for that. Even if you are like a big 3DS fan, I think just seeing these games just in HD, I mean they're very impressive. Like I'm looking forward to playing through like some of the Pokemon games like this, and going back to Kid Icarus, and just there's a few favorites I've got, but I just want to go back
Yeah.
and just see what it looks like and play it on a system that feels pretty much like a 3DS. Obviously there are differences, um, but yeah, it feels it's exciting to go back and see what it's like. It doesn't have circle pads. It does just have analog sticks. So, but they're like sort of in a hole. The analog sticks.
Ah, okay.
So like they don't protrude it.
Yep.
If you can see that there, Josh, sort of. Yeah. So yes.
Vaguely.
Yeah. So trying to show you through our blurry webcams, but yeah. So you can still close it.
That's all good.
And it's all good. But I think
Yes.
I think the only
Cool.
thing I've got to negative I've got to say about it, and I never noticed this about the original 3DS until until this thing. But when you close the 3DS, there's like a bit of a gap between like I guess where the screens are. And it wasn't that noticeable, but
Oh, okay.
this thing has like quite a noticeable gap when the thing's closed. I guess just to accommodate the buttons and maybe this height of the sticks and things like that. There is like a bit of a gap. So the idea of like closing it and putting it in your pocket becomes like a little bit less ideal, just because like if it's in your pocket or your bag or something, dust and little bits of lint and that are still able to like get through that little gap between the
Okay.
screens.
Yeah.
So that's kind of disappointing. It would have been good to maybe put a lip on some of this screen here, maybe, so when it closes, it does actually like not create a gap. But the original, like the 3DSs did this as well, which I never really noticed. But yeah, it's just not as noticeable as what this thing is. Because when you close it,
Yeah. Okay.
it's just my camera's focusing on my face, so it's hard to make it stop that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it goes. So the listeners might be able to see if you're on YouTube, but it's got like a little bit there where the screen meets the like the bottom half, and then like the rest is like a bit of a gap. And so I think that's like my only complaint so far, at least. Obviously, after months and years of use, it'll be interesting to see like hopefully the hinge holds up and all of that type of thing. But yeah, I will say like if you want like a neat little retro handheld that can play pretty much any console, from the retro catalog, and then you have access to Steam games, like indie Steam games, and some bigger games. I'm playing like Trails in the Sky on this thing. I was very surprised to see that works, and I'm very happy about that. So I downloaded Persona 5 on it. I can't get Persona 5 to work. so like there are certain, like there's a lot of games that don't work. There are a lot of games that do work. You sort of just need to muck around with the app and the emulation and things like that. But a very
Interesting.
very fun device. Just like it's
Yeah.
like for one, just apart from the two screens, it's clamshell, so it's kind of cool to like have that back in like a modern device that does that. Because if you're
Yeah.
somebody that has a couple of handhelds, you obviously will have a Switch, Switch Lite, Switch 2. Like you have obviously the Nintendo staples. If then like a Steam Deck, you might have a Steam Deck. You might have like another handheld, like a was it PC handheld? You might jump around in those, or you might even have like an analog pocket or something like that. But the thing about all of those things is that they're just rectangles. Like they're all just
Yeah.
rectangles now. Like
Same form factor.
yeah, like I think for the most part, like the versatility and the things that people want is just like people want to be able to play their big games on the go, and that is just like a big screen and controls on the side, and that's fair enough. But the days of like the DS and the Game Boy Advance SP and those kind of handhelds, that they're in the past. But it's kind of cool to kind of have best of both worlds in some ways. Like this, this can play some Steam games. This can play NES to Switch. It can play PS1, PS2. It can play, it can play like so many systems. And of course, you can like stream your PS5, your Xbox, your PlayStation to it as well if you just want to do local remote streaming as well. So it can do these Android handhelds. They can do whatever you want, essentially. Like if you have an idea, you can kind of do it. So yeah, having it in this form factor is just absolutely fantastic. So very excited to keep setting it up, keep using it, and it could be my brain rot device at nighttime. Some mega bonk, just running around trying to level up, and some YouTube on the bottom.
Lovely. So good.
Yeah.
So you've had a few devices now, Drew. Like, what's your favorite? Or your ranking of them so far?
I think for me, so I've gotten products from multiple companies. There's Ambinic, which do like cheaper devices. So they did like a recreation of the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. They got like literally, there's probably not 100, but there are so many devices they make. I think last year they were pumping out like one a month. And even like these channels that specifically review these like retro handhelds, they were like, man, this is way too much, man. This is stupid.
Yep.
So I kind of found myself thinking that their devices were like a bit too on the cheap side for me to really like fall in love with. But they do a cool job. Retroid Pocket, I really sort of enjoyed the Retroid Pocket 5. It's not the most powerful thing, but it's really sleek, small with a 5.5-inch screen. And so that's kind of what made me go, these things are really nice. I just want like a little bit more from it. So I think honestly my favorite company that does these things is AYN. So I guess if you ask me, it'll just be between like this, the Thor, or the Odin 2 Portal, which the Odin 2 Portal is like basically a Switch size device with a standard looking rectangle, which we talked about. And this is the dual screens. It kind of depends what I want to do. Like I'm going to have both, because the Portal is much more comfortable because it is like it's got big sticks, you can hold it, it's got a big grip. Whereas this thing, like if you want to play games with dual sticks, like this second stick is not in the best place. Like it's just
No.
it's not very comfortable. So obviously if you're going to play a first person shooter or you're heavily using the second camera, so probably not going to pick up this device. Whereas it will be the Portal. So yeah, I'll honestly just probably swap between them. But I guess just to answer your question, I guess we're in the honeymoon period of this thing at the moment. So this one.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, because
you could find out more about it.
Yeah. And I think ultimately, like it just, I'm kind of thinking about my handhelds as like a repertoire. Like every single one, I want to have like a different form factor and do something different, so I can reach for it if I feel like that specific like need. Whereas obviously like the Switch 2 be like, my massive library of Switch games and Nintendo games. Um, you know,
Yeah.
probably, funnily enough, like if I want to play online, it's going to be on Switch 2 because it's where it's where you're playing and I've got game chat and I don't know, it's kind of honestly like my little online session device, which is considering
Pretty fun now, isn't it?
yeah, considering I'm playing on PC a bit more and all that, it's like it is kind of funny, but that's Nintendo's still my place to play online. But yeah, so yeah, it's great. If you're interested, go and check it out. I got the maxed out version because I know I'll get a lot out of it. It's got 1 terabyte of storage on it and 16 gig RAM. So got the extra RAM so I could run some of those Steam games a little bit more easily. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty stoked about it. So hopefully, like, the hinge doesn't break in 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, see how you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. You have some good fun with them. They're pretty cool devices there. So yeah, they're
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I find it fun just using it just to listen to music and that too. There's just something a little bit nostalgic about it. When I was listening to music on my DSi XL, or I didn't have this experience, but a lot of people use their PSP as their MP3 player. It kind of just reminds me of that. Like I've got like my Apple Music and my YouTube Music on these devices, and there's just something just feels good about not watching it on the phone or listening to it on the phone. I plug in like my wired headphones into it, and I just sort of sit and listen, and don't know, feels good.
Yeah,
Feels good.
some cool features to it as well.
Yeah. If you were to get a retro handheld, Josh, what would you want? Like a real cheap little Game Boy just to put in your pocket? Would you want one of these like more expensive Android OLED handhelds? What would be the direction you would go if you were to get like one of these devices just to play like, some emulated games and things like that?
Yeah, I always thought like the Game Boy Advance SP, just like getting something that mimicked that in terms of like the clamshell, the GBA design, but also played the Game Boy Color games as well. And obviously, um, you could probably get it to play other things on that screen as well. But yeah, something along those lines would be pretty fun as well. And then I think something similar to that for like DS and 3DS games, the one you've got there, I think that'd be pretty good. Getting one of each of those would probably be the things I'd be looking for. Because yeah, looking to there's one thing playing games as a child, and it was what it was, and you could sort of go through the motion. But then it is another thing to play the games 20 years later and realize that, oh wow, how the hell did I put up with this sort of stuff? The small screen, the lack of a backlight, the poor
Yeah.
battery, things like that. So if you can go back to it and sort of have the modern nice to have things, and can keep that rose tinted nostalgic memories of what it was like playing these games as a kid, I think that's a nice middle ground. Because you get a bit of that with the Switch Online experience. It's all nice and new and a lot more approachable, which has a lot of convenience. So yeah, something like that, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a great answer because just something that's
Mm.
like a different form factor than what you've got, which is a Switch. Just something that you can easily like fit into your pocket and play some simple games, and then you can close it and forget about it until the next time you pick it up. So yeah,
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 and that was the best thing about the clamshell with the DS and 3DS for sure.
yeah. Bring back clamshell. I want like a clamshell version of the Switch too. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how you'll do it. It'd be kind of neat though.
Oh, I mean, the DS games might be coming up soon, so see what they do there.
Like the
For NSO.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they just randomly go, "Hey, look, the dual screen edition of the Switch 2, and this is how you play DS games. It doesn't run on the normal Switch 2. It just runs on."
Can you imagine? That'd be funny.
Yeah. You could only imagine the outrage. And
Oh, for sure, 100%.
it's fair enough.
Not happening.
It's fair enough too.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, actually, like the company I talked about, Ambernick, who does like the cheaper side of things, they do have a DS coming out, which actually looks more like a traditional DS. It kind of looks like a DS Lite in some ways, and it's under 100. I think it's $99 US. Um, it doesn't appeal to me purely because like the chip that they're using in it is really weak, so it can't really play DS games upscaled or with retro achievements or anything like that. So I'm kind of just like, why not just play it on DS then? You know, because like Thor,
Yeah. Okay.
like the DS games look amazing because it's like just with the OLED screen alone, let alone upscaling it 4 times. And then you've got your retro achievements and save states and all of this type of stuff. But um, yeah, with this one, like it's so I guess it's so cheap, which is which is good because a lot of people can just pick it up and use it for some quick DS fun. But I'm kind of just like
Mm.
maybe just get a cheap DS Lite at that rate
Yeah.
if it's not going to really
Do
like
that
do too
instead.
much
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess in some ways I am a bit of a snob when it comes to these things. So yeah,
Yes, you got a few now, so you got opinions, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I think I'm done. I think I'm done for a little bit anyway, Josh. We'll see when it comes to buying these
Yeah.
handhelds.
Till the next one gets announced.
That's right. What what else would I want though? I really like there are Game Boy Advance SP sort of recreations. I would love like a OLED one with Android running on it though. That'd be amazing. Because there are like Ambinic does
Yeah.
the Game Boy
Yeah, that'd
Advance
be cool.
SPs, which are great. I think they're pretty good, but yeah, just like a really like one that looks really fantastic. That'd be great. But yeah.
Mm.
Um, all right, let's get through some news stories at a decent pace, Josh. I know it's getting late. But the first one, just Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 edition and the 3.0 update coming January 15th. I was pretty surprised to see this. What was your reaction when this first popped up online?
Um, yeah, total surprise. Not expecting it. I was fully expecting a brand new Animal Crossing to be announced sometime next year. And so, with this announcement now that there's a Switch 2 version of New Horizons, that's definitely making me think that sequel's not going to be coming anytime soon. There's probably another couple of years away at least. So, you know, very, very funny because, I think in 2021 they said this is the last major update when they did the version 3.0. And, lo and behold, 5 years later, we get another update here. So, whether they planned for that or not, I'm not sure. But, um, yeah, it's a pretty sizable one in terms of content, which is good. And then I haven't seen the price yet for the upgrade pack for the Switch 2 version. I heard it was $5 American, and it must be I'm guessing $10 Australian here or something for Switch 2 version, which should have the improved visuals and the mouse controls. So um, everything else is part of the base game for free. So that's good. So that makes it a lot more approachable and yeah, we'll see how many people start playing the game again in January. I just hope that not another pandemic starts when this game comes out.
Yeah. It is like the features that they've added would have been absolutely ideal during the pandemic. So just to run it down in case you haven't checked it out yourself, the Switch 2 edition includes the game now runs at a high resolution, although it still remains at 30 FPS. You can decorate your house. You can draw custom designs and post them on the bulletin board with mouse controls. It goes from 8 players to 12 players online with game chat and camera play. And it's a great use for camera play too. This is going to be great just to hang out and be able to see your friends' reactions and things like that. I reckon that's going to be really great. I'm a big fan of camera play, Josh. I want to see all my friends' faces above their dumb little Nintendo characters, no matter what game they're playing. And there's a new in-game item called
Don't
the
blame you.
megaphone, and you can use it to call your residents. But you can imagine, I don't know if you can use it online and be like, "Hey, Josh, you dickhead, how you going?" But it just says it in the game. It's like, so I can imagine that being pretty funny amongst friends. But yeah, looks like the only actual use of the item is that it just you can call your villagers. So it's like Philbert. So Philbert runs over. Like, oh, it's like, is that all it does? Surely you can have some other voice commands, but we'll see. And the free 3.0 update, it includes Captain's family. Now has a resort hotel on the pier that brings in guests from the island. You can also open a shop to sell outfits with your own designs for guests to wear. Resetti can reset your entire island for a clean start, or just specific areas, or you can sort of point him to where you want to start, where you want him to clean up, which is great because a lot of like, maybe not me, but a lot of content creators online, they're sort of like, when they do their island and all right, let's do a different one for like, I'm doing a Halloween island for Halloween. They've got to like literally break it all up. Like just put it in the bag and
Yeah,
run it back to the storage. And it's like, oh my God. So this is literally just like, this will save hours and hours for like
this is huge. This
some
is
of
the
these.
biggest part. Yeah,
Yeah,
people are gonna love this.
absolutely.
Creative mode, effectively.
So that's great. You can have up to 9,000 items in your storage. You can craft multiple items at once. Site step when placing tiles or terraforming. There you go. There's a new slumber island, so you can have up to 3 dream islands where you can just create at will, which is another great feature for a lot of these content creators.
Very
Because
good feature as well.
like
Yeah.
listening to Nintendo Drive with Lachlan, for example, she has multiple switches just so she can have multiple islands. Because at the moment you can just have one island per save file. So some of these creators literally go and buy another switch so they can have a different island, and they just rotate switches.
Yeah. Crazy.
There's
Don't need to do that anymore.
yeah, no. So they can sell their 10 switches. New Legend of Zelda Splatoon and Lego collaboration items. Nintendo themed items like Ultra Hand and Nintendo consoles are now in the game.
Yep.
And if you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, there are playable games on each console. So it showed in the trailer.
Yes.
So Ice Climbers, I guess, for NES. Looked like Dr. Mario for Game Boy. So there's like specific games for each console. And it's kind of like harkening back to Animal Crossing on the GameCube, where you could get these Nintendo consoles and
Yes.
they did play the games.
That's right.
But you need to be a subscriber to Nintendo Switch Online to play these games. Otherwise, it just goes no. Could you imagine, like, in your little Animal Crossing world, oh, look at Game Boy. You turn it on, it's like, you're not subscribed. It's like, oh. Yeah. I mean,
A little disappointing. But I mean, at this stage, if you aren't and want to play those games, you've had your chance.
yeah, that's right. I just like, I kind of get it because it's like, well, if you like Nintendo's point of view, if you have Nintendo Switch Online, what's the harm in letting somebody play this in Animal Crossing? But I don't know.
Yeah.
It is kind of strange. It's like, it wouldn't be that bad to let somebody just tinker around with Dr. Mario in their Animal Crossing house, but it is what it is.
Worst things it'd be, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's worse things that have happened.
Correct.
But yeah, do you reckon you'll be getting back into Animal Crossing? It's been a long time since I've played, so these features for me, I would have loved to see a little dot point here being like your fishing rod and your items, like your tools don't break. That'd be one I'd love to see. But yeah, do you reckon you'll jump into it when it comes out next year?
Yeah, I'll definitely try it out a little. I don't know if I'm going to get too gripped on playing it for like a long period of time again. The Dream Island and creating something on that might be enough to get me kickstarted again, and then the beach resort hotel mission stuff. You got a bit of decorating to do in that. I don't know if that's really up my alley, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Interested to see how it looks from a performance perspective on the Switch 2 as well, and mouse controls, things like that. But yeah, I don't know how deep we'll get into it really.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm happy to see the Animal Crossing community supported. A lot of people were very excited when this dropped. So um, it is interesting, but it is so far away for like a resolution update and some Switch 2 features and this 3.0 update. It's like months away, but
Yeah.
keep everyone on their toes. It does sort of bring up a question for the next Animal Crossing game because the assumption a little bit was like, all right, no Switch 2 edition, but maybe in the first 2 years of Switch 2, potentially we'll see a brand new Animal Crossing game. But it seems like, they're just going to be running with this game. And how many more years until like a brand new experience in the Animal Crossing series? I don't know. Like, it might be another 4 years away. Will it happen on Switch 2? Will it pull a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Who knows? Who knows what they're going to end up doing?
That's right. We just don't know. And I think this kind of threw a few people off with the plan for it. But it could just be something that gets supported for a while now. I can't see a new Animal Crossing happening for at least a couple of years now. It might be longer, but I don't know. Like, so many people would have stopped playing this game, and they've done nothing for 5 years in terms of updates, and now I don't know. There'll be a bump. I just don't know how big the bump will be again for this time round, and if there's enough there for the update. We will see, obviously, but I'm still half thinking there'll be an actual new entry a couple of years away still.
Yeah, I would think so too. But yeah, it's good that this game's being supported because I could have very much seen a world where this game just was dead. And people were trying to still play it as it was.
Until this announcement last week.
Yeah, like surely the next Animal Crossing game they will support more. Like they kind of left money on the table in some ways with this Animal Crossing because it was not built to be continually updated and supported and added new content. It was just like set up like any other Animal Crossing game. They did do updates for the season so people couldn't time skip, but that was kind of it effectively, apart from like a few, like they had the DLC, but they could have had like multiple of those bigger DLCs with different experiences and things within it. But yeah, I mean, excited to see what everybody makes of this when it comes out. And it'll be $8 for us, Josh. It'll be $8 for us to upgrade, which isn't too bad.
No, that's pretty good. I did see that just after I wired myself how much it was going to cost. So, that's fair enough for what you get, which is just resolution and frame rate upgrades for a mouse controls for the Switch 2 version.
Yeah, so lets you turn up the resolution and allows you to turn on your camera. All right, next up, a little bit of a continuation from the Terra leak that happened at Game Freak with all the Pokemon leaks. We got a bit of a look at Pokopia. So there's a very early build of the game, which looks very different. Centro Leaks had the update on X, and sort of very early on, I believe this is even playable. If anybody was really that interested, but the game looked very different early on. It's like very much like sort of still in pixel art. It's a top-down view, and it has like you basically giving your Pokemon different tasks to do, whether it's like doing the harvesting, doing the watering, like just different tasks around the village or the area. And it sort of looks like the sprites from like the Game Boy Advance games. Like when you go to your party and you can see all your Pokemon in your party, kind of looks a little bit like that in some ways. But also very mobile-esque just in this way too. Looks like one of those time waster games, how they originally had it set up. So I'm very happy that it is a Switch game and it's moved to what it is now, where you're playing as Ditto and you're doing all that. It looks like the game came quite far. So yeah, it looks great. Can't wait to play it next year. Also talking about Pokemon, we got the Pokemon TCG Pocket. Made $1.3 billion, and it surpassed Pokemon Go's first year. So they're making quite a bit of cash. Are you still playing a Pokemon trading card game Pocket?
I am. Yeah, a bit over a year now. Yeah, pretty much daily. You can recently share your cards with your friends, which is cool. Um, Bit easier than trading. Sometimes they're after a card of a certain rarity and you don't have anything, so um, you can send them something else of different rarity if the trade can't work, and that's pretty cool. So um, yeah, I this has saved me from buying them in real life physically. I just get my fix from TCG Pocket. I had not fallen down that slippery slope to buy them physically, like so many of my friends have. I'm going to resist for as long as possible.
What did you? What do you think of the new expansion, the new mega expansion? I forgot what it was called, but I think.
Uh, it's Yeah, it's been good so far. There's been a lot of new stuff to go through, so been loving that. They always find a way to keep it interesting and engaging. They don't keep you waiting for too long. So I've been enjoying that aspect of the game.
I like when they bring in a new expansion. You're finally getting that dopamine hit of new cards in. Like, oh, thank God. But after a while, obviously, it's harder and harder to find new cards. So still in that honeymoon period of like getting new cards in the new expansion, which is good. Oh, I just went into the app and I've realized I've
Oh,
got it set up on my phone.
you hear that noise?
Yeah,
Familiar with that one?
that would have triggered everybody's. Oh, what? My app just turn on. But
Better
yes,
check mine. Get
so
my cards in.
pretty crazy, but it surpassed the first year of Pokemon Go too. So just for
That's
context,
crazy. It just shows how big cards are. Trading card game is it's just huge.
yeah. So like yeah, Pokemon Go it made $1 billion in its first year. So yeah, Pokemon Pocket made what $245 million more. So good for them. Everybody's
Yeah.
got that
Um.
subscription and all that.
Yeah. Did you hear about Fire Emblem Shadows? I heard that was one of the worst ever debuts for a Nintendo game. For its first month of being available, and does not compare anywhere near towards the other Fire Emblem mobile game, which I forget the name of. But this one, Shadows, looks to be a bit of a flop and not doing very well at all.
It kind of makes sense too because they kind of just pooped it out. Like it says, "Hey, look, brand new Fire Emblem mobile game," and it was kind of like the conversation for a day, and then that was it. And then the reviews, they're very damning. Like they were not very good at all. So I think that doesn't really help the game's case either. But like I downloaded it, but I never, I never fired it up. Like oh yeah, well, like the day of, I downloaded it, but yeah, don't know. Have you had the inkling to
Yeah, I've been
try
the
it?
same.
No.
I downloaded it and didn't play it. So yeah, so I haven't really been interested. Um, I understand there's not a lot of ways you can spend money. I think that's a season pass or something, but no sort of straight away in-app purchases. I think it's very different structurally to the original or the first Fire Emblem games. It's this gacha stuff thing. So that's probably not helping it.
Hmm. Poor Fire Emblem. Looking forward to a Fire Emblem next year though, but not on phone. uh, all right, this is a funny one. Let's talk about this. I'll read this from Video Games Chronicle. So this is about Nintendo wins a lawsuit against a player who kept streaming pirated Switch games and then taunted, "I can do this all day." When I heard this story earlier in the week, I just laughed, just like the fucking shit. This dude just talked. So the article reads:
Asking
last
for it.
year, Nintendo sued Jesse Keegan, who it claimed would stream games on various online platforms under his username Every Game Guru. The lawsuit stated that since 2022, Keegan has streamed at least 10 of Nintendo's leaked games before they were released, with more than 50 in total. The most recent at the time of the lawsuit being Mario and Luigi Brothership. It also claimed that Keegan taunted Nintendo, sending the company a letter boasting that he has 1,000 burner channels to stream from and he can do this all day. As reported by Torrent Freak, Keegan continued to taunt Nintendo's lawyers on Facebook, writing, "Should have done some more research on me. You might run a corporation. I run the streets." I'm sure you do, brother. I'm sure you do.
Oh man.
Oh fuck. Yeah. In April 2025, Nintendo filed a new motion claiming that Keegan had evaded service of the complaint, but was then served it through as a substituted means via both email and letters to his mother, grandmother, and partner. After Keegan failed to respond by the deadline, the court clerk entered default against him on March 26th, and Nintendo asked the court to make a default judgment against him for $17,500 in damages. A Colorado federal court has now granted Nintendo's request and ordered Keegan pay $17,500 in damages, and also said that two of Nintendo's requests for a permanent injunction couldn't be granted. Because Keegan mostly used emulated software available online, the judge ruled that Nintendo's request to destroy all circumvention devices was rejected because the request was unclear and unreasonable. Nintendo also asked for the injunction to apply to third parties who worked alongside Keegan, but the judge denied this too because Nintendo didn't specify who these parties were, meaning the final judgment was simply for $17,500. So, I just love like the fucking. It's one thing to be like, all right, I'm going to stream these leaked Nintendo games before release. I'm going to stream them, and then like not only that, you're just gonna taunt the lawyers. I especially love the line.
He has death wish, absolute death wish.
Yeah, yeah. He got away pretty lucky too, because from what I understand, I think Nintendo could have applied like the $10,000 per game. So look, with 10 games, they could have run him up to $100,000, and yeah. So it got off pretty light, but I also really wouldn't want to be out of pocket $17,000 just because I'm like streaming Brothership early. Like I think that's the funny thing too. Like
totally not worth it.
Yeah, it's one thing, but like, hey, look, I'm streaming Tears of the Kingdom on the PC like a week before launch at 4K. So that's pretty cool. Like, but it's another thing to just be streaming Brothership, and that's the one. But you eventually get pinged on. But him just saying like that he runs these streets. It's like, so I'm sure you do. Like you step out into the street, I'm sure you're the man who's running it all. You little man just streaming your Nintendo games. Made me laugh though. Made me laugh. Whatever. What do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. He's pretty crazy for doing it. Nintendo could have gone so much harder. They could have really just made him never really want to speak again. But yeah, I don't know. They seemed nicer here than in other instances. And yeah, if you're going to do this stuff before the game comes out, you are asking for trouble. You know Nintendo's going to come out for you for this. So it's a silly thing to do. Absolutely silly thing to do, and he's paying for it still in some way.
Yeah. So good luck, brother. You keep running those streets. You keep running those streets, dude. All right.
Keep running them streets.
This is a quick one, but it's a sort of an interesting one, just as far as Switch 2 Pro controller. We've got the first limited edition one. It's a third-party one. It's a Resident Evil Requiem Edition Pro controller. Here in Australia, it's set at a premium though. You can get it for $135, so $10 more than just the normal controller. But it seems to follow that sort of the boring sort of design that the Pro controllers on Switch followed. Where
boring, isn't it?
Yeah, just
no color. It's even more dull than the Nintendo Switch Pro controllers.
Yeah,
at least they had a bit of color on the handles. This is just all black and just some very hard to see detail. So I hope this is not the precedent for other Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller designs here.
Because out of like the 3 console makers, Nintendo are by far the worst at limited edition controllers. Like when it comes to the Pro controllers, just give us like completely, just give us colors. Like that'd be a nice start. We don't even get like a variety of
Oh, for
colors for it.
sure. Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Like even if they just had like red, blue, pink, and yellow, I mean that's a start. But this Resident Evil one, it's got like it's basically like a newspaper story from the game that's just put on top of the Pro controller, and like the elements are just black, then like the background's grey, just like a normal Pro controller. And they're asking for more money, and that's the end of that's their job done. But yeah, a bit disappointing. But if you're a big Resident Evil fan, you can go and check it out, I guess. And last but not least,
I mean, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Josh. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. I'm hoping there's enough of a backlash for this that Nintendo takes notice for when they do their own. Because I'm not going to get this one, but yeah, if they do this type of thing with like a Metroid or a Pokemon for next year, yeah, pretty annoying.
Yeah, because you can imagine like a really colorful Pokemon one be awesome, or like a brand new Mario game comes out and the whole thing's just red, and like they do okay jobs with like the Switch limited editions, and I mean the 3DS they did amazing jobs with like custom 3DSs from like the 3DS XLs, like the Zelda ones were all great. Pokemon, like they did fantastic 3DSs. I don't know, that designer must have left. Must have gone on.
Something's come up.
And yeah, last but not least, just an interesting story if you've got plenty of cash to burn. Nintendo has announced 2 gorgeous vinyl soundtracks for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild to be released next year. So I think it's the 19th of June, 2026. So you can get it in 2 variations. There's one with 130 tracks, and it's an 8 LB box set. You can get it for $325 Australian dollars, or you can get a cheaper one, which is just 34 tracks for $94. And yeah, I mean, the big box set looks amazing. All that Breath of the Wild artwork across like all of the holders and the cases looks amazing, and the actual vinyls themselves. Like if you have a good vinyl player and setup that you just like to chuck something on in the background, I mean, Breath of the Wild's got amazing just ambient background music. And I know this because I got the limited edition Breath of the Wild collector's edition that came with the CD. And since that game has come out, Josh, that CD has just been in my car. I don't use the CD player. But whenever I turn on the car, it's just like the opening to like the piano just starts up, and that's the first thing I hear if I before I turn it to the radio or put something on my phone. Every time I turn on the car, it's just like Breath of the Wild music.
Beautiful, love it.
So yeah, I do. It is an interesting precedent to set though, because you should imagine having like this amazing box set for Breath of the Wild. When you get one for Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Odyssey, you just got like this amazing vinyl collection just full of Nintendo music. Be kind of cool. It won't be me. I know it won't be me.
Very expensive.
I spend my money on
very cool
on handhelds, not vinyl. I've got to pick a lane. I picked the lane. It's not vinyl collecting, that's for sure.
Yeah. I've got a couple of CDs. I got like Mother 1 and 2 here. I got like the Amio's Famicom Detective Club with the special edition.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's about it. But yeah, I won't call that a collection, but it's the start of a potential one for sure.
Yeah. The thing with CDs with me though, like my only CD player is the car, because the PlayStation and Xbox with disc drives, they don't play CDs. Like you can't play a CD on them.
No,
and then I'm like,
that's right.
What else in my house takes a disc? Nothing. That's it.
Nothing.
So
yeah, I had to buy a CD player for those things I just mentioned.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that'd be very, very expensive. Yeah,
It was cool though.
yeah, yeah. I had a great CD player when I was a kid. I remember listening to like the first Pokemon soundtrack on it, and I had that on CD, which I used to play all the time. And I don't know if you remember that. Remember the short at the start of the movie called Vacation with like Pikachu and Squirtle and a bunch of different Pokemon on a vacation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it plays like
Yes.
vacations
I do.
where I wanna be. I used to love bopping to that as a kid. That's what I was doing on my CD player. Whenever the song finished, I'll go back, make it play again. All right. Well, I think that
Do it
brings
again.
us to the end of the show, Josh. I think we talked about all the stuff. Anything else you'd like to bring up before we get on out of here?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Enjoy your Hyrule Warriors later this week, Drew.
I hope I will. I think I will enjoy it. I'll be pressing X, Y, a little bit of B. Be mushing those buttons all together, moving that stick around.
Okay.
Not too much A. You got to reserve that one. I can't remember what A does.
Alright.
Was it jump or another attack? There's no way of knowing. Yeah.
No idea.
No
No way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing. That's it. All right. I'm going to bring up some music to get us out of here. Airtopia Ruins from the special release Kirby Air Riders. Since I've just been following some of the direct, that top-down mode, Josh, looks like a lot of fun. We'll definitely have to play that for the house brawl.
Yes. 100%. That is happening.
Who will win? Find out end of November. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to the episode. Really do appreciate it. Like we said at the start, if you'd like to join the community in the Discord, follow the show notes. There's a link in there for you. But if you don't do that, you won't see us for a week. So the doors to the House of Mario. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. They're closed. Catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDrewby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.